And guys, Emma wanted to go to Brazil. She wanted the challenge. This is where the World Cup is going to be held next year. And it was certainly a tough test for the Americans. You want to talk about bounce back? Brazil had an answer every time.
They did, and they were so aggressive. They did everything that Emma expected, but knowing and preparing is very different than executing. And we saw that challenge, but I know this team is going to the drawing board and finding solutions and are very excited for that second game.
I think looking at the things that maybe they didn't do that great, but what they did do well. And the thing that they did well was they matched the physicality, which was something they needed to do. They also had more touches in the box in the second half. We saw that there are so many more opportunities. We felt that the momentum was shifting to the United States. That's something that they can bring into the next game. The only thing they need to do now is finishing those chances.
The momentum did shift, but we have heard Emma talk about the finishing third, and that's where they need to be clinical. Here's your match highlights presented by CVS. We talked about the brilliant start, Shannon. 2 minutes into this one, Sophia Wilson, and you thought this game might have gotten out of hand.
I know. She's doing such a good job. Here they win it. And Sophia just takes it and sees that Isa Haas isn't stepping and makes that shot with that left foot, bends it into the far corner.
That'll quiet a crowd, certainly. Brazil, I mean, this could have taken them out of it. But, Aly, you want to talk about a response. 11 minutes into the game, they said, we see your Sophia Wilson goal, and we got one of our own.
Exactly. And Taina Maranhão is a young player, so crafty, and here is alone on the far post. That close to the goal. She's able to get power on it. It's a great cross. And it was tied at 1-1, and the crowd went wild.
The crowd going ballistic, and then this will send them into a frenzy. Less than 4 minutes later, Shannon, Bia Zanerato with the game winner.
Yeah, Bia picks it up in midfield and just runs right at that back line. And they do a good job of just a little bit 1-2, a mix up in the defense, and she gets on it. Open goal. Gets a good shot.
We saw 3 goals in the first half, none in the second. This is concerning, certainly for all American fans. Late in the game, Trinity Rodman goes down. She would leave the game. We will obviously have an update for you as soon as we get one. They have another game coming up on Tuesday, but it is never a good sight when you see Trinity leaving the field. Brazil wins this one 2-1. This is the first time that the Americans have lost 2 straight to the same opponent since 2011, because they lost to Brazil last year here in America. That was Sweden that they lost in a row. You look at the possession, and we talked about it in the first half. No kidding. Always a great matchup, and it certainly lived up to the billing. We talked about the possession. The Americans outpossessed Brazil. They certainly did a better job of that, it felt like, in the second half, Aly.
I loved the energy that Avery Patterson and Michelle Cooper brought on, because the U.S. was finding themselves in the final third, but it was a heavy final touch or just couldn't connect a final pass. And we saw more energy, more chances, but same problem. And so that's where the U.S., I think, will have to go back and look at the opportunities they had and why they weren't able to finish. Boxy, we talked about set pieces, the corner kicks. The U.S. had a lot of chances there as well.
They did have a lot of chances, and I think that's an area they're continuing to grow on. It felt like they were just doing the same thing over and over again instead of trying to say, we might need to change this up. Can we draw some of those Brazilian players out? Because they were all just sitting right on the 6. They weren't on the post, but just right on the 6, and the U.S. was just playing right on into them.
And when we look at possession, of course, it's so impressive that the U.S. can outpossess a Japan or a Brazil, but what does that lead to? You'd rather have more goals than more possession.
Let's turn our attention to a positive, right? Because one of those things that we saw, and there was a lot of hype about Triple Espresso coming back because Mal Swanson called back into camp for the first time. She did not get on the pitch tonight. We would expect that we would likely see her on Tuesday night in Brazil, and I know people are so excited to have her back. We all know that the first game you come back, you're not fully back, right? And Sophia Wilson has not been back for a very long time, and all of a sudden you looked at her out on the pitch today, and if she's not in top form, I mean, she's pushing up against it right now, Aly.
Absolutely. She was our player of the match, right, Boxy?
Yes.
Because she was everywhere in the attack, scoring that first goal when the U.S. needed her so early, was ready from minute 1, and then back in defense, running, making sure she was recovering. But the way she used her body, her strength, was so important. And she was someone who created some of those chances in the final third. When the U.S. had control in the final third, it was because of Sophia Wilson. And here is where we see this amazing tracking back, Boxy.
Yeah, I mean, just the commitment to getting back, because the Brazilian was open on that weak side, and here she is clearing it. It's just remarkable what she's doing here. Again, pressing. She's playing on both sides of the ball, and definitely our player in that tonight.
You talked about the fact that she's creating chances, but what does she need around her? Because there were often times she's sending across in the box. It didn't feel like the pieces around her were there and able to finish some of those chances that she was creating.
Yeah, I would say that was a big piece for me, was there was no connection when she was receiving the ball. So she was actually having to hold the ball a lot longer, and she's being pressed. So, and then eventually losing the ball because she had no one to pass to. So again, it's finding out how they can be more connected. It's hard when you have a team like Brazil who is just running from end line to end line. And so they have to figure that out for the next game.
Here's the good news. They are not getting on a long flight back from Brazil tonight going, man, I wish we could have done this different. They have a chance to do things differently. That is going to happen Tuesday night in Brazil. They will play again at 8 Eastern. You can watch that game right here on TNT and HBO Max. If Emma's in the locker room right at this moment, Shannon said, here's the one thing we have to do differently in this game Tuesday. What is it?
Win. No, it's
She's probably got more than one thing.
Finishing in the final third. That's what I'm going to say. Finishing your chances.
I think it's the give and goes. It's the combinations or 1v1s. You have to find a way to get into the space that Brazil leaves you when they are player oriented.